Hey guys, David here. Welcome to another episode of You're Not Alone. Um, this video series was inspired by Little Kuriboh in his YouTube series, We're Still Here. Little Kuriboh is a YouTuber who does a lot of abridged videos and voice acting and a, a lot of comedic stuff. And it's fair. He's going through depression. He's overcoming depression right now, as we speak, or as I speak. So it's it's inspiring to see that one of the people that you look up to is going through similar circumstances and is doing his very best to overcome uh, the darkness, the negativity. So yeah, it's inspired by that. Um, Tomorrow I meet with my psychiatrist for a Lexapro kind of evaluation. It's been about a week or two since I think it's been I think it's been a week or two since I last saw them. So getting talking to them about the effects and making sure that what I'm currently on is working and all that is a good. It's like a checkup kind of thing. So it's kind of standard, I guess. And yeah, I guess I'm looking forward to it in a sense. Just making sure everything's going all right. Accidentally almost forgot to take my pill. But I did, and except it was like during the afternoon, but it's yeah, it was pretty weird. Forgetting about that actually. So yeah, it was definitely very weird to forget that. Normally I'm very good about this stuff. I had a like I said yesterday, I had a very good therapy session. Or did I talk about that? I'm not entirely sure. I had a well. I guess I should talk about that. I don't think I talked about it yesterday. I don't think I even made a video yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've been forgetting a lot of things. Um, so yesterday, in case I guess I'm pretty sure I didn't make it, but yesterday I had a therapy session with my therapist, and it was very good. Lots of positive things to talk about. There were some negative topics being discussed, but for the most part, it was. I kind of like took my first step towards gaining confidence in a way. We talked about how last weekend I went up to visit my parents, and I finished a book, and I got outside my comfort zone, and I was doing stuff like getting out and about and spending some time with my family and all that, and it was refreshing to say the least. Um, it was I was scared. Don't get me wrong. I was still kind of like thinking these negative thoughts throughout that weekend. Um, Lots of paranoia, assuming the worst, that kind of stuff. And to me, like I didn't really like actively prevent myself, like say like, oh, I need to like stop thinking about these things. It kind of more of along the lines of it just stopped, like after a certain point. Like it's very. I told him this, so it's very difficult to explain. I can't really put it into words, but it like everything just stopped. Like I just stopped thinking about it, and then I just continued on. Like I would worry about it or think about it, not really worry about it. I would think about it. Like when I had my that hamburger I ate at Char Grill, and lots of people there, 'cause we went during the afternoon, and I think it was on a Sunday, and church was just got let out, and everyone was still in their like church clothes, eating food, and all that Sunday lunch, and it was packed. It was definitely packed, and I got pretty anxious. I was very nervous, just being around tons of people, and I wanted to eat outside, but it was a bit too chilly outside, and we decided to eat inside, and I did my best to calm myself down. Um, it was kind of like, oh my god, there's a ton of people around. Like I haven't been around like a lot of people like in the past couple months. Like, am I gonna embarrass myself? I'm eating a hamburger, like all this other stuff. Like it was very yeah, a lot of things were going through my mind, and at some point I think like when the food came or the food was about to come, I just stopped thinking about it, and I just I guess I guess I reworked it in a way after I stopped thinking about it. I kind of like took it as a challenge, so to speak. I challenged myself. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get used to it, you know? Like I'm just gonna get used to being around people and not worry about it. That's the challenge. Um, and it worked. Everything that I did, everything that I was nervous about, instead of worrying about it, because as I discussed previously in one of my videos, erroneous zones, how how when we think a certain way, we kind of behave like the way that we think. So by changing how we think, we'll change how we behave. And for me, changing that, oh, I'm gonna like embarrass myself. I'm worrying like about a lot of things, and changing it to like I'm challenging myself to like break out of my comfort zone, break out of the norm, like just take my fears, kind of like face them in a sense, and then like use it as a challenge to overcome them. And when I did that, it was definitely easier. I finished half the burger, as well as a ton of fries, and it tasted exactly like like the burger had the same like not really, yeah. It was a char grilled burger, so it was like cookouts, and there were my thoughts like you're not gonna like be able to hold it down and all that. Like you're just gonna like reject it and stuff like that. You're gonna throw it all up and all. And then I just stopped thinking about it. Like let's just eat as much as we can and like don't overdo it. So I ate half of it at the restaurant, and then I saved the rest for later that day, and then I finished the burger like that day, um, and I didn't vomit. I didn't do anything. I just finished it because I was hungry, and then I moved on with my day. And when I look back on it now, I'm like, oh, like I just had a hamburger, like a cheeseburger. That tasted exactly like cookouts. It was it was encouraging to say the least. It was very encouraging to like get that accomplishment. I didn't have a meltdown when I was at the restaurant as well. So I was like, hey, like I'm doing something right, I conquered another challenge. And that whole day, like, and then when I got up from the restaurant after I ate half the burger, I felt a little nauseous. And instead of panicking over nausea, I just said, I'm just gonna rest, relax, like let my body like digest the food, and I'm not gonna stress out about it. And I didn't do that, and I took it as another challenge. So throughout that entire day, just that one day, I had 3 challenges, and I overcame all 3 of them, and it was it was very positive. It was very heartwarming, and it's small victories, like that's progress. That's like definite progress. It was brought up that maybe it's because of the medication. Who knows? I'm not entirely sure. The medication's probably helping me, but it's not like dictating my life. I'm not like addicted to it. I'm not a slave to it. I just take it because it's just another tool at my disposal to fight depression off, and that's what I did. And another challenge that I guess I did over this weekend is that my stepmother made chicken spaghetti, which is her cooked pasta with diced up chicken and with like and tomato sauce, cheese, like some peppers and like some vegetables mixed in. And I just ate like all of it, not all of it per se, but I just like I ate what was given. Normally, like before, I was a very picky eater, but and I was very kind of nervous at first. I'm like, oh, there's like vegetables in here, and I'm not a very vegetable eating kind of person. And I just decided I'm just hungry, so I just ate it. Um, I I took it as another challenge, and I got that challenge done. It was very encouraging and positive to kind of hear these things, you know. Uh, Sorry. Side effects, the yawning and stuff. Very encouraging to see these things unfold. To see these challenges or these fears that I'm listing as challenges and I'm overcoming. Um, it's a change in the right direction. It shows progress, and I'm very happy to say that I am making progress. Um, but it leads to another topic in this video that I'm going to talk about is that I'm on like I came off like this high streak, you know, of like getting things done, like doing challenges, and here I am, not really doing anything. I'm still in my room. I'm eating more, but I'm still in my room. I haven't gone to work yet, even though I told my dad that I would to kind of confirm some things. The only like things I've been doing is going to my therapist and my psychiatrist. Um, and it's kind of weird because you think that like you think what's holding you back, and like truthfully, I can't really answer that. I don't know what's really holding me back. Could be a multitude of things. It could be that like I'm just lazy now, lethargic, or it could just be that I'm still unmotivated to do a lot of things, unless unless I'm doing it with people that like I genuinely know, like with friends or family, or I don't know. It's a mystery to me, to say the least. I could have gone to work today and gotten my stuff situated, but it's already the end of the workday. So I really don't know what's keeping me from doing these things. Um, it's it's puzzling. It's a mystery to me. Um, Again, I haven't really like seen any significant mood changes. It's kind of like I normalized, like I'm like kind of like neutral. Um, I guess I reverted back to my old self in a sense that like I don't really like express emotion that much. I still take everything really seriously and all that, and but I'm not really depressed. I'm just dealing with it better. Um, Hopefully within more time, like within like a month or so, I'll be able to like see like I'll be feeling more energetic to go do stuff, or more happy to do stuff and all that. So far, so far I haven't really experienced that yet, but hopefully with everyday use, one pill a day that I'm taking, I'll see some results maybe. Who knows? It's it still kind of bothers me, but I guess I'm gonna have to take it one step at a time. Again, I like the dark thoughts are still there. I'm just dealing with it better. I'm not letting it get to me as much. It's kind of like I'm ignoring it, putting it aside. And sometimes I like embrace them and fight them off, but I'm not really like I haven't fully overcome depression yet. Um, it's it's just small steps, I guess, small victories, small steps to take. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of like my mindset right now. Um, I'm still dealing with stuff, as I said before, and but it's getting easier day by day, I think. Um, but it's just a change of heart, like a nice fresh change of pace to kind of go from being like couple weeks back being like really sad, really depressed to getting help and overcoming this this disease, this illness. Um, it it really it's very physically draining and mentally draining to say the least. Mostly mentally draining. Um, just kind of like combat this, I guess. Um, think of way like always thinking of ways to like challenge yourself and all that. Hopefully, I find my motivation and to do more things. Take up sports again. Just join clubs. And just like kind of slowly regain what I lost since high school. I think that's what I really want, just to be my old self, just to be who I once was in high school. This fun, energetic guy that was well liked. I would like to assume I was well liked and understanding by most of my peers and reliable. I know I shouldn't really like cling on to the past, but when your past was somewhat good in a way, you kind of want to like go back to what makes you feel good. And I think those good moments, how I acted back then, um, I think that's looking back. I think that's how it. I think that's who I want to be. But then at the same time, and here's the depression talking. What if it was just? What if that's not the real you? And it's a negative way to think. For sure. Um, I sometimes have these like little identity crises where I just like look myself in the mirror and I say, I like, who are you? Like, what is the true you? W- How does David Kreiner like? How does he actually act? Like, what's real and what's fake? Um, and truth be told, I don't know. I don't even know if like that energetic person that I once was like was the real me. It might have been someone that like a personality or a trait that like I just kind of like created to make other people happy. Or it was just like a mask that I put over myself to kind of deal with the depression of my divorced parents and losing everyone that I cherish dearly, um, family members in the past, and my friends when we graduated high school. I I still kind of over go through this, cause like my personality changes like all the time. I I kind of like I kind of like lost myself in a sense, at times. I don't know what's real and I don't know what's fake. Um, Hopefully, I'll be able to find out or come to terms with just accepting who I am. But for right now, I don't even know, to say the least. I don't know who I am. Um, I've been told a lot of things. Like I've had so many personality changes. I don't think I have. I don't. I definitely don't have multiple personality disorder. Um, it's just that like at one point in time I was really happy. Then one section of my life I was like really like antisocial. Then another section I went back to being happy, then antisocial, and now it's like flip flop. Like I go back to being social. Now I'm antisocial, and then it's like it's weird. it could be just depression all along, you know. Um, but I want to see. I guess it's just I have to wait till whatever the future holds. I guess. Um, yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to wait and see how things turn out and not really worry about it. Um, kind of just be the wind, I guess. Just let the be the clouds in the sky. Just let the breeze take. Like just follow the breeze, follow the current. Don't really try to force things. Kind of let things happen over time, and eventually they will happen over time. Don't stress about it. Um, Another thing that I've been kind of dealing with is that I have all this time to think, and I don't really have like I guess the results to really like show the conclusions that I come up with. Um, I say I want to be a Dota pro, but I haven't really like taken the steps to walk down that path per se. Lately, initially I did, and it worked out, and then I just stopped after a while for some reason. Um, and then I'm getting into new things now, like reading. I've gotten into one of my old pastimes that I kind of delved into a bit when I was a kid. It's called Go. It's an ancient board game. It's about capturing territories. Um, it's a it's a grid board. That's what the board layout is. And you have black and white stones, and the goal is just to like capture like as much territory on on the board as possible than your opponents. It's a strategy game. It's not really. It's like chess and checkers over in the Asian peninsula. Um, I got into it by watching or reading a manga called Hikaru no Go. Um, Back in the day where I actually bought manga books. It's a very old manga. Came out in the late 90s and it finished in the early 2000s. Had its own anime series and everything. Um, it's a very good it's a sports anime, so a lot of shonen stuff about like working hard, overcoming like challenges and like reaching your goals and stuff like that. But it kind of like inspired me to like play the game, and then I just started reading, and then I got like a little cheap magnetic board set that I think I still have at my dad's, and now I'm getting back into it, and I'm playing online Go for the moment. I was actually thinking about going to a Go club. They meet once a week in Charlotte, actually, on Thursdays. So tomorrow at 7. I was thinking about going to one of those. I joined the Go club momentarily in college in Charlotte for a little bit until I wanted to focus on esports. Um, it's I guess I'm not really naturally gifted at the game. Um, I still don't I remember bits and pieces of it from like the anime, and like I know the general concepts of like territory and all that, but I don't really know like the complex theory behind the game. Um, it's more this game isn't it's like it's an intellectual game for sure. A lot of theories go around about this game, about like how to capture territories and like new ways to play and stuff like that. So I guess it kind of reminds me of Dota in a sense, but black and white stones, and it's very weird. It's a very complex game. It looks simple, I guess, but it's very complex. And right now I'm trying to find books on like trying to buy a book about like the introduction of it, because I want to learn more about it. Just expanding my horizons. But you can become a professional Go player, though it's very hard to do now, at least for me. Number one, it's not very popular in America. It's very popular in like Korea, China, and Japan. Because they have like those three countries have like organizations, associations, and all that. Um, and they actually have like a ladder, um, kind of like how like most professional sports have like kind of ladders. You play like try to get into a good college and then you hope you get drafted. Like they have like schools, um, after school clubs that you go to and you just play Go, and you just learn about the game. It's a very intense place to be in. Um, I think I've done a lot of research on it, and they have the protests every year, once a year, and only like 3 or 4 people out of like 80 to like 100 people like will be able like will pass it. Because it's like I guess it's like in a tournament setting. Only the top number of people will face each other, and only like they weed out weaker players essentially. Can't just say like can't like play in these tournaments and just say, oh, I'm a pro. Like you have to be. They actually have like an association that has to recognize you as being a pro. Um, they do have there is an American Go Association, but it's not unfortunately it's not in North Carolina. It's in the West, and currently right now I'm not very good at the game, but it's something that like I'm kind of interested in a sense. And here's where what I said before, I don't really know what to do, is that I change my mind so very often. I can never be content with just like one career path or just one destination. Like if something catches my interest, I'll be hooked. Like I'll just immerse myself in that world for like a week or two, and then I'll lose interest, and then I'll go to another thing, do the same thing, and it kind of happens with like engineering at times, with Dota, and with Go, like tennis, anything that I have done in the past. I just spread myself out. I'm like the all arounder. Um, and I realize that's both good because I'm experiencing different things, but at the same time that's bad because I'm not like using my experiences and being content, like okay with being on one path. To me, I don't really like. I find it boring just to like do this. Like I guess even if it's like the same thing that you love, it's like your main job or whatever. Your main source of income is just one thing. I think I'm not sure actually, but it's. I talk about being a Dota pro. I talk about being an engineer, and now I'm talking about wanting to become a Go pro. Like, it's I don't know, and I fear like I've had this fear since junior year. Um, just like I even told my parents about this. I'm like I'm scared that like whatever I'm doing, like I won't be happy with it. Like I know that for a fact that I won't be happy with it. I'm just gonna change to something different, and I realize that I can't do this forever. Like I have to like man up and just decide. But I like truth be told, I don't even know what I want to do with my life. Um, I'm 20 years old, and I don't know what to do. It's negative thoughts again, once again. But I I I don't know what's holding me back from making a decision. It's probably more fears. Uh, if I do take this like certain leaps of faith, will I end up regretting it, or just will I view it like, oh, I spent like couple years working on this project and it didn't work out. I wasted like this much time of my life. Um, of course, another way to look at it is that like instead of wasting like perceiving it as a waste of time, you perceive it as a, oh, I did something that I wanted to do or wanted to try out for a couple years, and it didn't work out. That's life. But at least I tried it, you know. At least I tried to like immerse myself, and I experienced it, and I tried my best. It just didn't work out in the end. Um, but I don't know what my current mindset is for the future. I keep on. I guess I kind of make excuses for myself by saying, "Oh, gotta focus on my health. Gotta focus on my mind, my mental state, my mindset, and all that." Um, but at some point, I have to make a decision. I can't like cling on to that forever, because I'm going to get healthier and healthier. Because I'm making tons of progress right now. Um, it's just I'm just lost, I guess, in a sense. And I guess I'll talk to my therapist about this next week. I'm just lost at what I want to do. Um, and I don't think I'll be. And I feel like I don't feel. I feel like I'm not going to be content. I'm gonna get bored way too easily at whatever I do. I think. Um, that's what I believe, and it's a negative way to think. Um, but again, I'm not I'm not fully over depression. The thoughts are still lingering. It's just I'm just dealing with it better, I guess. But yeah, I've taken up another new hobby, or rekindled a new hobby. I've been reading the manga over and over again. And I downloaded apps. I play online. I'm like watching lectures. I'm like trying to learn how to play the game better, and yeah, I'm just doing that in my free time. It's relaxing. It's a one versus one kind of game, so I don't have like teammates, like tilting me, like in Dota, or I get tilted because I'm not really like I'm hovering between that seriousness and lightheartedness. Um, so yeah, it's kind of I'm kind of in that frame with Go right now. But I think I want to see what this Go Club is all about. I think tomorrow. I'm gonna be around in the area, so it will get me out of the house for a little bit. So I think it wouldn't hurt to just kind of check it out and see how it is. It has dedicated members, about 10, 15 members, I think, and they meet every week. Some of them old, some of them young, so some new, some really like professional or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna try to socialize tomorrow, I think. So I think that's all the time I have for today. Um, Thank you once again for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll make another video probably tomorrow. I think tomorrow night, because it doesn't end till 10. Just and I'll talk about my psychiatrist visit, and how the Go Club went, and see if anything changes tomorrow. But yeah, thank you very much once again for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day.